I thought Liverpool would win last night, Alex, but I didn't think by that amount.
See, I wasn't convinced. You look at Liverpool's away form, I didn't see it as a free hit for Leeds, really, especially at this stage of the season. I think if they were better organised, defended better, they could have had an opportunity. Liverpool played very well. I've seen Jurgen Klopp describe it as their best performance of the season. But to concede 5 goals and then 6 goals in 2 successive home games when you're supposedly fighting tooth and nail to stay in the Premier League, I'd be very worried if I was a Leeds fan this morning. Very worried.
Good point. And that is a point we'll put out this morning. Does the manner of a performance matter at this late stage of the season? As Alex says, Leeds United, you must be concerned. Fans of Leeds must be concerned. You've now conceded 60 goals for the season, the most of any team in the Premier League. As Alex says, they are flying in at the moment. 11 goals in 2 home games. Javi Gracia knows what's on the agenda now.
The supporters need to see the team playing like we've done in the previous games and try to improve our level, try to get better results. This way, I'm sure the supporters will be happier with the team, and the players they need to work in all the things we have to improve, because what we are seeing in this moment is not enough. We need to improve our level for the 7 finals we have to play.
He's right. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right. 7 finals now for Leeds United in what is an absolute dogfight at the wrong end of the table. So after being a mammoth relegation battle, Alex, from 12th to 20th, are we now reaching a more defined fight for survival? Are Southampton down? Is it now any 2 from 4? And those 4 being Everton, Leeds, Forest and Leicester?
Yes and yes. Southampton are down. Absolutely no chance of turning this around. It looks like a group of players who've completely given up. I think the owners have got an awful lot to answer for at that football club. Then you look at Leicester, Forest, Everton and Leeds. I guess points-wise, West Ham are still in it, but I think we saw enough from them at the weekend to suggest that they're going to be okay. I actually think Bournemouth and Wolves are pretty much safe now. I spoke to people at Bournemouth on Saturday night. Of course, they're still being cautious, but maximum 1 more win. You start to think, how many points will you need to be safe in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I think it could be as few as 35 this season. I think if you get 35 points, Southampton aren't going to get anywhere near that. They probably won't get 30. Forest have got a horrendous run in. They won't get 35 points. I'm not sure Everton will either, by the way, and maybe Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan, say, Alex, of Everton, Forest and Leicester, you look at Leeds last night and say, thank God they're in there and they're conceding right, left and centre. That must buoy up to a degree the fans of Everton, Forest and Leicester.
It has to. And then you look at Leeds' run of games. They've got Fulham on Saturday. That'll be live on game day here on talkSPORT. Fulham surprised me at the weekend. I thought that was a big opportunity for Everton.
Yes.
One they didn't take. Then you've got Leicester at home. What a huge game that could be next Tuesday. Leeds against Leicester. That is a real relegation 6-pointer. Then they go to Bournemouth, who are in tremendous form. And you get into May, they've got Manchester City, Newcastle, West Ham away and Spurs. If Leeds don't pick up the points they need in April, they're in massive trouble.
Who's your 2 from 4? It's awful to talk like this, but I'll go first then. I say Forest and Leicester will go.
I thought that until this weekend. And listen, I don't think it's because Leicester have hired Dean Smith. I'm not convinced that is going to give them any better chance of staying up than if Brendan was still there. Forest, because they've got a hideous run of fixtures. Southampton, I'm going to say, just because they're conceding so many goals, they look a bit rudderless. I'm going to say Leeds.
You're going to say Leeds?
I'm going to say Leeds.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.